I'm telling you guys, this story right here, it is not that much information on it, which I can't stand, but it reminds me of like The Wrong Turn. Like The Wrong Turn house. You let me know what you think. This is out of Wiseman, Arkansas. So a 38-year-old unnamed woman, she'd been staying at this residence. They're calling her a house guest of Jeremy Corlis, 48 years old, and Mary Corlis and Denise Carpenter. She became very ill during her stay. They say she began acting strangely, so instead of calling the emergency room or taking her to the emergency room and calling 911, they decided to let her go in a room in the house and relax alone. Okay? So during that time, she had become incoherent. She was unable to stand up on her own, to walk on her own, or even speak. But still, no one decides to take her to the hospital or again call 911, so they could send an ambulance to say, we have somebody, in the house that's not doing too good. No, they don't. They do not. Mary Corlis, she told the police on August 28th, Jeremy, he had entered the room where the sick woman was. She said he was in there for 20 to 30 minutes and the door was shut. Mary said she heard noises, and she described the noises as, quote, someone having wonderful sex, end quote. Now remember, at this point, the victim is in there incoherent. She cannot speak, she cannot walk, she cannot stand, she can't do anything. All she could do is lay there. Right? Perfect for Jeremy, right? But she's actually dying. And no one is taking her again to the hospital at all. At all. Jeremy did confess to the police that he had sex with the victim a total of 5 times. Now that's what he confessed to. How many times did he really was going inside that room? So Jeremy just kept entering in this room knowing that this woman, something was wrong with her. Something was wrong with her. He said that he knew that she didn't know what was happening while she was laying there on the floor. So I don't know if there's a bed in that room. I mean, you have a sick person, you say, hey, go back and lay on the floor. I'm telling you, this story is just really crazy. There are several articles, so I tried to get up as much as I could, but she's back there laying on the floor. So he actually called it fooling around and foreplay. This is what he said. During this sexual encounter that I'm calling the R word. He said she was even trying to say something. She probably was saying something like, get the fuck off me, But he said he couldn't understand what she was saying. Remember, she's incoherent. But she doesn't know what's going on. I believe she did know what was going on. When somebody is on top of you and they are penetrating you, you know that. Come on, you know that. Even though she was to the point where, for some reason, she just couldn't move. She couldn't move. The woman passed away within 48 hours after her putting her in that room. 2 days you're back there. And nobody is doing anything for you. Mary and Denise up front in the house, no one is doing anything for you at all. So she passes away. Now, a sheriff's report, it read that there was no trauma to the body that points to foul play. Well, in order for it to be trauma, usually a person would have to be fighting someone in order to receive trauma. If this woman can't move, I mean, she's just there. She's pretty much like a corpse, A corpse, there's going to be no trauma on a corpse neither, because a corpse can't fight back. So the only difference was this woman was barely alive. She's still breathing, but she couldn't fight. She couldn't move. She couldn't even stand up on her own, and he's back there. They never said who this woman was. I don't think she's related, or they probably would have said incest, but they said she's a house guest. This woman, I don't believe they had prior, consent with sexual contacts between the two. No, that's why he kept going in that room. Her body, was due to go to autopsy to see exactly what she died of. I would really like to know. I can't hardly find anything else, but I will be looking and trying to find stuff. If you guys, you know what you guys do for me sometimes. Sometimes you guys find some shit too, and leave it in the comments, because I would really like to know. That is crazy, right? That's crazy that this woman is sick and dying back there and nobody does anything for her, but you got this creepy ass man that is in there, 5 times that he can confess to while she's dying. And it sounds like wonderful sex. Okay, right? Kind of weird. And I want to know seriously if he slipped or something. But he was arrested. He was arrested for, R word. And he is currently in jail where he needs to be for a good amount of time. Because that's crazy. They should... I looked at some pictures. I believe this Mary Corlis may be a very older woman, because there is one. I just didn't want to put her picture up because I wasn't quite sure. But they're responsible. They kind of contributed to her death. I mean, if somebody's not doing well, you say, hey, well, go lay down for a minute. Don't drive home. I don't even know if there's a car out there, but don't drive home, lay down. If I go back there and check 30 minutes later, hey, and you can't walk and you can't talk, I'm calling 911 immediately. Because you can't even tell me what's going on with you. I'm calling 911. That's why this is like the wrong turn. Definitely. This is a very creepy story.